Hey gang, happy Tuesday. It's Leanne here. As I am preparing to talk about my Level Up July launch for the customized Metcons and Macros program, online program that I have for women ages 30 plus, I get a lot of questions about what it is actually, what are macros and what does that mean. So I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on macros for dummies, basically breaking down the mystery of macros and telling you what you need to know about what a macronutrient is. So basically macros or macronutrient, macro for short, it just means the nutrients the body requires in large amounts, such as protein, carbohydrates, and fat. So there's macronutrients, which is proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. And then there's micronutrients, which is your vitamins and minerals. And then your phytochemicals, which are like your plant chemicals that we get. So we get micro and macronutrients from the food that we eat. And when it gets broken down through the digestion process into these small subunits, like amino acids, glucose, fatty acids, and basically all those things travel through our bloodstream within our cells for various metabolic processes, so for us to function. So for today's purpose, our mini training is just going to focus on macronutrients. That is what you should be concerned about if you're looking for some kind of food protocol or looking at investigating more of your eating in terms of your goals. So basically, proteins and carbohydrates, they both have 4 calories per gram. Protein has 4 calories per gram. Carbohydrates has 4 calories per gram. Fat has 9 calories per gram. So as you can see, not all calories are created equal. So basically, why would you care about macros? And like I said before, macronutrient focused meal planning helps to just fine tune your nutrition, helps fine tune your health, and then helps fine tune your results, because it kind of looks at breaking up your calories, not just giving you a set number of calories to eat per day, but now we're getting into the nitty gritty of how many carbs you need, how many fats you need, how many proteins you need, based upon things like your body type, your genetics, what specific goals you have, and your current activity level. So that's what I mean by customized macros. So basically, when you join my July, I'm taking a wait list now. You can swipe up for information on registration, but pretty much when you join or enroll for July, you get a month of customized workouts based upon your ability, your availability, and what access you have to. And then you get customized macros based upon when you fill out my questionnaire. Again, like you said, your genetics, your body type, your goals, and your activity level. And of course, that is always optional. I'm going through a current Level Up program now for June, and my 7 ladies, and there's a few that really wanted to fine tune their macronutrient section or part of their programming, and the other gals just wanted to focus more on getting in their customized workouts. So again, it's super optional. So you can do both, or you can do one or the other, customized Metcons or customized Metcons and macros. So basically, I'm going to tell you how to look for, what to look for when you are actually like in the store and reading food labels, because that all ties in, right? So I'm going to do like here, okay? This is called Vienna sausage. So on the back, you're going to have all your, I know the lighting, you're going to have all your different kind of data, and that's what you want to look at. First, you want to pay attention to is serving size, because not all the time are your stats based upon everything in this one unit. So for this, it actually is serving size, it says 1 can. So whatever macronutrient info it's giving us on the back of this nutritional food label, that means for the whole can. So again, if you eat half the can, you would half all that info. But if you eat the full can, then you're going to take it for what it states. Now, not all food items are 1 serving in 1 can. That's the tricky part, and that's what I find most of my ladies, they're my beginners who are really unfamiliar with macros and tracking. They'll think that whatever's listed is eating the whole thing, the whole unit. And most of the time it's not. For instance, like soda or cola, right? I think sometimes it says 2 servings per can. So you would have to take the calories, the protein, the carbs, and the fat, and then times that by 2, multiply it by 2 to get the total macronutrient info for that 1 unit. But again, for purposes of today, this is actually 1 unit. So you want to look at the serving size, that's number 1. Then you want to look at the calories. So it's 160 calories for 1 can, serving size can. Then you want to look at total fat. That's 13 grams for this. And then you want to look at carbs. There's 1 gram of carb for this. And then protein is 10 grams of protein. So if I eat this whole can, because it's 1 serving on the label, I'm going to eat 160 calories, 13 grams of fat, 1 gram of carb, and 10 grams of protein. And those are the key things you want to look at: the serving size, the calories, the fat, the proteins, and the carbs. Now, how do they calculate the calories? Again, this might be redundant for some of you who are really like masters of macros, but basically, like, remember when I said carbs and protein have 4 calories per gram, and fat has 9 calories per gram? So basically, 1 gram of carbs times 4 calories per gram of carb is 4 calories. Then protein, 10 grams of protein in this can times 4 calories per gram of protein is 40 calories of protein. And then the fat would be 13 grams of fat times 9 calories per fat gram, and that gives you like what, 107 or something. And then you add all those calories, fat calories, carb calories, protein calories, and then you should come out to the 160. Okay, so that's another example. Then now I'm going to share with you so the best way, again, to learn your ideal macro numbers is to work with someone like me, a coach, who can kind of like look through your bio, your history, and work with you to figure out your ideal macro numbers, because it's not a black and white thing. There's a lot of nuances in terms of how you're feeling, your stress level, your hormonal balance, if you have any pre-existing conditions or any kind of immunity issues or food sensitivities. All of that's the great thing about working with a coach, because all of that can be worked out and discussed in terms of you just inputting your number into a random calculator that you find on the internet, and it's spitting out numbers just for the average person because you put in this numbers, like usually your height, your weight, and whether you're a female or male, right? So again, if you're looking to work on customizing your macros, there is one thing you have to do though. You have to track. You're gonna have to log and track your food. And so what I use is, I really like MyFitnessPal. Super easy. I like how the history, like if you use it often and for long duration, it kind of populates it based upon your history and what you eat normally. And so it's very easy to kind of pull up all your frequent foods. And once you get it started, I know food journaling can be overwhelming at first, but once you start populating that database for yourself on MyFitnessPal, then it's going to be super easy to recall all these foods that you always kind of eat. And MyFitnessPal, again, is a totally free app that you can download, and basically that will help kind of keep track of not only your calories but your macros, and as well as your macro goals. So one trick that I'm going to leave you with today in terms of how to the second question leading in with when I work with a lot of my ladies in Level Up, who are looking for snacks that kind of don't leave them crashing and burning or leaving them with out of control cravings. So there is a secret to do that, and and you need to know how to read your food label. So basically, I'm gonna use this as an example: the Power Crunch Peanut Butter Cream Bar, Power Crunch Peanut Butter Cream Bar, because this is a great snack that will keep your sugar level stable, your blood glucose level, and keep you from having out of control cravings, but kind of hits the spot if you like if you have like a sweet tooth or you like the peanut butter flavor. To me, it tastes like the wafer nutter butter cookie. It's really good. But why is this good versus eating like a Snickers bar or a different type of protein bar? Well, I'm gonna show you. So we're gonna look at this. The trick is to realize if it's a snack that you should kind of maybe steer away from, or a snack that you can kind of include regularly, is this. You look at the total carbohydrate. So this bar has 10 total carbohydrates. So, well, let's go back to the exercise I just said, right? Serving size. Serving size is 1 cookie, 1 bar. So serving size is 1 bar, 1 unit, this whole thing. So whatever data I'm gonna read, it's gonna be to eat this whole thing. Again, if I were gonna eat half of this thing, the data would be half. But, so I look at 1 cookie, so the whole thing, total carbs, first thing, 10 grams, okay? Then I wanna take that 10 grams, I put that on the side. Then I look at the fiber, dietary fiber. There's 1 gram only, so not much. This is not a high fiber snack at all. You know, this is not a super healthy snack either, but it does hit the spot, and it would be a better choice than eating like a Kit Kat or a Twix or something. But so total carbohydrate is 10, dietary fiber is 1 gram. Now I want to take fiber and I want to add protein together. Fiber plus protein. 1 gram of fiber plus 13 grams of protein. That's the great thing about this bar, and that's what keeps this bar like in the good range in terms of cravings in check, because this bar has a high amount of protein, and it's rare to find like a candy bar or a treat bar with this much protein. So fiber plus protein, that's 1 gram fiber plus 13 grams of protein is 14 grams. Now I want to take that number and I want to minus it from the carb. 10 grams minus 14 grams of fiber plus protein is -4. And that is awesome. You want to shoot for a bar where you take fiber plus protein minus carbs, and you want to get a number that is 10 or less. Negative numbers are even better, but 10 or less is your sweet spot. And that's how you know if this is sort of like a cravings, non-craving crashing approved snack. So then again, this would be -4, but anywhere from 10 or less would be a snack that's not going to make you like have this really cycle of increasing your cravings, spiking your insulin, and spiking your glucose. Okay, so if you have any questions, I hope this was helpful. If you have if you want to get on my wait list, message me here, or swipe up for my link to register. I am taking a wait list. I do limit my enrollees for each month because it is I like to have very much access to each lady, and so I'm only one person in it, and I want to be able to focus on individualization and customization. So have a great day, gang. Stay tuned for my next training. This week we're going to talk about your food experiences and how our past food experiences kind of shape and mold our relationship with food in the current day, in the present moment, and that will be on Friday. All right, have a great day, guys. Bye.